Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A disturbing discovery in Macomb County. A family is searching for answers after their dog was shot and killed. Police have now opened an investigation. Thanks for joining us. I'm Karen Drew, in for Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Devon Fernandez, in for Devin. That shooting happened last Saturday near a home in the area of 24 Mile Road and Walnut Drive in Chesterfield Township. As Jacqueline Francis shows us, family members want to find who's responsible.
It was 2 days before Christmas when the Young's family dog came to the back porch with a bullet in her chest. Like so many pets, Stella was part of the family.
And she had this little heart mark on the top of her forehead, and she was lovable, and she loved everybody.
The 2.5-year-old pit bull husky mix was shot and killed on the morning of December 23rd. The family found her bleeding out on the back porch. Chelsea Young's husband called her with what had happened.
Dropped to the ground, and I just went numb, because how could somebody do this to my family before Christmas?
The family believes Stella was shot in or near their backyard. They live in a Chesterfield Township subdivision in the area of 24 Mile Road and Walnut Drive.
It was here. She could have not got far. She would have not got far, and she wouldn't have made it home to be with us in those last final moments.
Aside from losing a beloved pet, the unsolved shooting has robbed the family of so much more.
I'm scared. I am overwhelmed. The person who have done this has taken away my home from my children, not just me, but my children.
They no longer feel safe outside, and they're not alone.
The neighbors are heartbroken. They are scared just like we are.
Chesterfield Township police are investigating, searching for the person responsible.
I can't point fingers. That's up to the police.
Anyone with information about what happened is asked to contact the Chesterfield Township Police Department. Reporting in Chesterfield Township, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Our other top story tonight, 13 Metro Detroit House and Senate seats have to be redrawn. They don't pass Constitution muster. That's the word from a federal court.
So this means major upheaval for Michigan's political landscape. Our Mara McDonald is live downtown tonight. So Mara, how do you redraw 13 seats here without impacting the rest in Metro Detroit?
Karen, that is the million-dollar question, and the question that everybody who is involved in this process is asking right now. And it has a whole lot of people who are elected to the legislature wondering if they're going to have a job, because the reality is there could be some seismic consequences here, especially for those who are sitting in these seats right now as they are currently drawn. Let me take you through the whole thing.
A federal court brought the hammer down on Michigan's Independent Citizens Redistricting Group, finding they used race as a basis for the maps and so diluted the African-American vote, the seats as drawn are unconstitutional, something Detroit Democrats have been saying since the new maps were revealed.
And if you looked at this opinion from Judge Kethledge and the 3 judges, if you looked at this, if you read this, it's really damning what happened. Secret meetings, a lack of transparency, using racial quotas, breaking basically the U.S. Constitution.
Michigan's legislative maps were redrawn every 10 years by the legislature and the party which was in power. In 2018, Michigan voters approved taking that power away from the legislature. The complaint was the process was too political and gerrymandered, and giving it to a citizens commission. Well, the maps the commission came up with are bungled and worse than any the legislature drew and don't pass the legal smell test. 13 have to be redrawn.
And their quest to get and zeal to get the majority, they totally disregarded. The African American interest, and it's reflective. Since they've had the majority, our issues have not been addressed.
Back here live, to be clear, those 13 that need to be redrawn are right here in Metro Detroit. Likely you're going to feel the shockwaves from this in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb. Outstate, it's not going to feel it. It's an issue strictly here in Metro Detroit. And I think we're going to have a much better idea of what this redraw process is going to look like when all the parties are back in federal court next week. Karen, DeMond, back to you.
So, Mara, I know we've heard about this special meeting going on tomorrow with the Redistricting Commission. So do we know exactly what could happen in that meeting? Are we going to get some answers?
On this, I doubt it. But what we do have right now on that commission is all of a sudden they've got 3 vacancies that they're going to have to deal with. They also have some contractual stuff that needs to be dealt with. But I don't know how they go through this meeting tomorrow without this court opinion coming up in some capacity.
Wow, what a mess. All right, Mara, appreciate it. New at 11, a woman is dead after a crash over in Clinton Township. It happened in the area of Harper and 16 Mile Road. We are told a woman was hit and died. The driver did stop at the scene and is cooperating. Michigan's Supreme Court rejects an attempt to remove former President Donald Trump from the 2024 presidential ballot.
Yeah, the rejected argument was based on the U.S. Constitution's 14th Amendment ban on insurrectionists. The order comes after the Michigan Court of Appeals this month rejected similar challenges to Mr. Trump's spot on the state's primary ballot. Now, the High Court last month also dismissed a petition by a group of voters to ban Trump from the 2024 GOP primary and general election ballots. Mr. Trump applauded the decision on social media today.
Well, a key hearing is delayed for the man accused of stabbing prominent Jewish community leader Samantha Wohl to death at her Detroit home. Michael Jackson Balanis was due in court for a probable cause conference, but the sheer volume of evidence led prosecutors to ask for a delay. They say they need more time to hand over about 2 terabytes of digital material to the defense team, along with more discovery that still needs to be gathered. The probable cause conference is now set for January 2nd. New at 11, an audit reveals the state's unemployment insurance agency paid out almost $250 million to people who were unqualified.
Yeah, that audit reviewed the period between January 2020 and October 2020. Get this, officials say during that time, the agency paid more than $90 million to children ages 15 and younger. It paid more than $86 million to people 80 years of age and older. Prisoners got more than $35 million. Dead people, nearly $20 million. Now, in some instances, the agency made improper payments to its own employees. UIA officials say they've already made staffing, software, and process changes to address the issues identified in that report.
It was a gorgeous night out there. Take a live look at Campus Martius. It's a little bit quiet, obviously, on the skating ice now, but it was busy earlier.
Yeah, busy area. Lots of families still in town. Lots of people getting out and about, but things weather-wise may be changing a little bit. Brett Collar's in for Kim Adams tonight. Hey, Brett, how are things looking?
Well, we're still going to be hanging on to the rain chances the next couple of days, so don't put the umbrellas away quite yet. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about here on the Windsor camera. A lot of low-level moisture, so the clouds are hanging down pretty close to the ground. Drizzle and fog still going to be an issue, so visibility may also be something to contend with tomorrow morning. Still, though, on the mild side, most of us are in the low 40s, 47 degrees right now in downtown Detroit. Here's Exact Track 40 radar, and you can see a couple of these light showers, mainly north of M59, but here and there, a blip or a blop. For the most part, though, we're going to be dry the next couple of hours, but more rain is expected as we head throughout the next couple of days, including tomorrow. Now, notice also that temperatures don't move a whole lot. We wake up in the low 40s, only climb 3, 4, maybe 5 degrees. So it's going to be another mild day, but like today, numbers don't move a whole lot. More rain as we head towards the weekend, maybe some snow to finish off the year. We'll dive into it in just a bit.